We're familiar with growing our online audience. We want more followers on Instagram. We want more subscribers on our YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about how can we get people that are at our live shows. So we're playing in front of them. They're enjoying our music live. How can we make sure they come across to our socials? So next time we've got something to promote, that warm audience that already likes our music and has engaged with us live can be at our next show. So converting live fans into digital followers. Let's talk about it. Hey, well, I'm Craig from the Dot of the 8 studio. I'm talking to musicians who want to become artists, musicians who want to have a real go at doing music for a living and to do that independently without labels and without a heap of money. So today I think we're kind of reversing the way we think about promotion. We always think about having a digital audience and making sure they come to a physical thing, right? So if we got a new single or we've got a show coming up, we'll put posts out digitally to try and get people to that show. But maybe what we're not thinking about so much is how can we take audience from a live show and make sure that they're digital. I think there's a missed opportunity with a lot of musicians who have people in a room listening to their music, but we're not getting them across to our Instagram account. We're not getting them subscribed to our YouTube channel. We're putting in all this work digitally to try and grow this thing, but we've got people in front of us so often, and it's hard for us to tell them to follow our socials. So you might feel this. You might be able to relate to just talking about yourself. It's hard enough to type about yourself, but to get in front of a mic and say, hey, follow me here, do this, come here, it's kind of a bit awkward. So we tend not to do it. And I think it's just a missed opportunity. And let me tell you why. I think if we've got people in a room, so maybe they've experienced some emotion from our music. Maybe we've made their night. They've had a big week. They've come out, they've heard some live music, and it's just kind of lifted their spirits. They feel good about it. So I think we've got this sort of primed opportunity to grab or to make fans at that point and get them across to our socials so that when they see us come up, they can kind of be reminded of that time when they saw us live. So I think a mistake we're making is just hoping that they will do this on their own, just kind of leaving the opportunity open so that maybe they feel like looking us up. Maybe they feel like opening up their Instagram account and searching for our name. Maybe we hope that the next morning they will just again think about us and remember that experience and just organically look for us. So that's, I think, most of the time, that's what we think. We just hope that, they like me playing right now. So they'll take it upon themselves to look me up and find me online. Maybe we're actually brave enough to say that into the mic. Maybe we're actually brave enough to say, hey, follow my social account, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've got music online or whatever. We might be brave enough to say that. At that point, we're still relying them to pull out their phone and actually do the typing and do it. And a lot of people, when you say that, they might go, oh yeah, I'll do that later. But then life moves on and they forget. So what can we do to actually make sure that that happens? Make sure that they actually grab out their phone and they make that connection with us and follow us online. I think it's so important because this is a warm audience. So if you want to get people to shows and you're typing posts all the time saying, hey, I'm playing at this venue here, I'm playing at this venue here, the people that are at a venue listening to your music are your warmest audience. The people right in front of you now are your hottest leads when it comes to listening to your music live. They're already doing it. They obviously go out. They obviously enjoy live music and they're there. So they're the people that we really need in our social accounts, following our posts, liking our posts, because they're going to respond to what we're asking for. So how do we do this? I think we can't really expect them to take initiative. I think only a very small proportion of people are going to take initiative at the time. I mean, a lot of people don't even like getting their phone out and typing when they're in a public place. So they think, I'll do that later. I know for me, I think, oh yeah, I'll do that later. But we're expecting and relying on their memory at that point. Then after they've taken initiative, the proportion that have, we're expecting that they will spell our name correctly, that they will know that it should have music on the end of it. Or, Craig Honeyset music or whatever it is. We expect them to be able to spell right. And then we expect them to scroll through all the tiny little profile pictures and find our one and then click on it and follow it. So there's a lot of frictions in this. And I think that's why there's not a lot of conversion. It's why maybe we don't bother to say it anymore. So I think we need to be removing the friction. So what do I mean by friction? Anything that kind of makes it hard to do that. We want to make this a super easy process for someone to hear us live and then to from there get onto our socials account. We need to remove the friction and make that as easy as possible. This is going to be easy for the fan to find you on social, and it's going to be easy for you to get them there, to not have to go, follow me on Instagram, please, and kind of like do that awkward give me more love thing into the microphone, right? So I think an awesome way to do this that removes all the friction is a QR code. QR codes have been around for years and nobody's really been using them, or not many people have been using them well. But now because of COVID, the QR code is everything, right? It's everywhere. It's so easy to do now. You just hold your camera up over the QR code. It'll come up with the link. You click that, you're there. So the thing about QR codes is there's no mystery anymore. Everyone knows what they're about. And the fact is people have used it that night to get into the venue that you're playing at. They've already used it that night. This is so common for them. So when you ask them, hey, just scan my QR code, they're going to do it. They know about it. It's not hard for them. You removed all the friction because there's no effort in getting up and scanning a QR code. And that's going to take them wherever you want to take them. That is now linked to whatever you link it to, and it will move that traffic where you want it to go, and people will do it. So the next question is, where should it go? You just want to take them straight to your Spotify account? You want to take them straight to YouTube? What do you want to do? My suggestion is Linktree. So if you haven't heard of Linktree, it's a single link that basically, it's a link of links. It's a link tree of links, basically. So I set this up. I didn't have a link tree. When I was thinking about this and the QR code, I sat down for 5 minutes and I just set up a Linktree account from musician to artist. And it was really, really easy. It took me like 5 minutes to do. And basically what it is, so they'll scan the QR code and it will take them to a page, like a small, easy to set up homepage that has all the links you want. So on there you can have follow me on Spotify, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Or you could have, if you've just put out a new single, you can write new single right at the top. You could have your website. You could have wherever it is you want people to go. And I think this is the beauty of it, is because they now go where you want them to go. So you can put up all these links, right? So if someone loves Instagram but they don't really go on Facebook very much, it means they can just click on Instagram. Or maybe if they don't have an Instagram account but they do have Facebook, you, instead of having to say, follow me on Instagram at this, follow me on Facebook at this, my username on YouTube is this, they can scan the QR code and it just says, follow me on Facebook, they click it. So they don't have to type in links, URLs, anything like that. If they like Facebook, click it. If they like YouTube, click it. If they're on Apple Music, click it. If they're on Spotify, click it. So all of a sudden, everywhere you are is now just sitting on their screen and they can click it. And so far they've had to type in 0 things. They've just swiped up to get their camera. They've taken a photo of the QR code and now bang, they're in. They're in your Instagram account. They're on your YouTube channel. They're in your Spotify account. So the great thing about this is I think you can have them all listed so that people can choose where they like to be, where they like to hang out. But you can also prioritize those to try and drive traffic to the place you want them to be. So obviously, Spotify is actually paying you, though at a small amount, they're actually paying you if someone listens to the song. So maybe you'll put your Spotify right at the top there, the first one. And people, if they want Facebook, they'll go down and find Facebook. The one that you put at the top though, they're more likely to click, right? We're more likely to click the top thing. Obviously that's what you want. So we can kind of prioritize these to move traffic to where it actually benefits us. So for me, I've got YouTube right at the top. I want people clicking on my link tree for this, from musician to artist, and going to YouTube. That's the best platform for me. And then I've got Apple Music because they do reviews and it's kind of a bit easier than Spotify. But then there's Spotify. I've got a Facebook community. I'm developing a website that will probably go closer to the top, but I can kind of prioritize where I want people to go. So when they scan my QR code, where I want them to go is pretty obvious, but where they want to go so that it suits them best is also an option. So Linktree is super easy. You can choose your colors, you can choose your links. Like I said, it's 5 minutes. It's super easy. And the great thing about Linktree is that part of the free account is a QR download. So you just set up this account and then you go click share and you can print out or save for your whatever you want, your own QR code. So it's not even blending two things together. We just sign up to Linktree. We've got a QR code. We've got everyone where we want to take them. So now it's so much easier. We have 100 people, we have 50 people, we have 20 people, whatever, in a live venue. We're going to be able to convert a lot of those to Facebook follows, a lot of those to Instagram to follows, a lot of those to subscriptions on our YouTube, whatever it is you're pushing for. You've got an opportunity to grab them now, taking all the guesswork out of it, removing all the friction, and actually taking them somewhere. You want me to show you my Linktree? Yeah, Craig, I do. All right. So it's just on my Instagram account here. You go to .8 Studio, click that Linktree, and there's all my links. So I've got latest episode. I've got YouTube. I've got From Musician to Artist, Apple, Instagram from musician to artist, Spotify from musician to artist, and then the artist community on Facebook. So if someone scans that, they can just see straight away it's got my branding on there. They can just click where they need to go, and they've typed nothing to do that. It's so easy. So we've talked about needing to get your audience from live into digital so that we can actually get them back to the next live thing. We've talked about a QR code being the easiest way to do this because it's so common now. Everyone is doing it. Everyone knows how to do it, and everyone's comfortable doing it. So we know that a QR code is great. Linktree is going to mean that we can drive traffic to where they need to go, where they're comfortable, but also where is good for us, where we can maximize our growth and our targets. And the fourth thing I want to talk about is just how are you going to display this? So let's be creative about how we display this, because kind of the cooler we do it, the more people are going to participate in it, I think. So at very least, you could print out this on an A4 bit of paper and just stick it on the wall next to you. And then you could just guide people towards that. At very least, I reckon you do that. But what if you're a bit creative about it? What if you made like a really nice poster or something and you were able to put that on your guitar case and it was kind of prevalent? Or what if you printed out 5 or 6 of these and actually put them around the venue before you started playing? So you could just say, hey, there's QR codes everywhere. And that was on a really nice A3 poster or something that kind of had your branding in it. What if you had like a big kick drum there? Oh, they're pretty wide, I guess. You could cut it down, so it's just kind of the face of the kick drum, and then you could stick your QR code on that. People could come up and scan your drum. Or an old guitar, maybe that's busted. You could turn that around upside down, backwards, whatever it is, stick it on that. I don't know, maybe some sort of light box with LEDs in behind it that looked really nice as well. I don't know. Be creative about how you do it. Make it fit in with your brand, but you can actually have something that kind of looks really cool as well as being really practical and growing your audience. But you be creative there. I reckon something with lights or some sort of excellent, nice poster. At very least, just have it printed out on a bit of paper. But the next thing you need to do is you need to promote it like nuts. So people will do this, like I said, but they'll need to be told to do it. So people kind of do what they're told, and very rarely does somebody just take initiative and do things for themselves. I think the QR code, you've got a better chance because it's just easy to do. But if you just push people there, just gently, I think they will go across. And the reason is you're there kind of serving them in the venue. So you're giving and giving and giving. You're playing this music, you're doing a lot for them, and they're just sitting there receiving. So I think if you just ask them to do this, if you just ask them to give back, I think people will do that because it's kind of a bit of transaction involved. I'm doing this for you. It'd be really great if you did this for me, but that is hard to do. But yeah, I would just encourage you just to try this. Just what if you did every 4 or 5 songs? Hey, there's a few QR codes around, or make sure you scan my QR code. I've got some new music coming out soon, or I've got a new video on YouTube, or be a part of my Instagram family, or something like that. Just every couple of songs, just so, maybe the first 2 times people go, oh, I'll do that later. But the third time you say it, they're like, oh, that's right, I've got to do that. And they'll go and do it. If you just want to chuck that out there once and hope that people are going to remember to do it, you're just missing an opportunity. And that's what this whole thing is about. We're just missing opportunities to convert actual fans into digital fans that we can then market to and grow in the future. So make sure you're saying it. I reckon every 4 or 5 songs, just say, hey, don't forget to scan my QR code, and give them some sort of reason, like what's cool that's in there. What's great about your Instagram account? What's great about your new song? What's great about your YouTube channel? You can just say something like, I'm dropping new music every month, or I've got a new album coming out, or we're in the studio at the moment. It can be anything that kind of goes, oh, yeah, I want to be a part of that. I don't want to miss out, because people don't like missing out on stuff. But we need to be really forward in telling them about it. And I think, the more creative and the more cool you can sort of display it, the easier you're going to get people to go up there. But you've got to tell them to do it. You've got to kind of encourage them and almost hold their hand. So now the flip side of this is every time we promote a new song, every time we promote a new show, we've got this really warm audience that have connected with us. So we've got these people in the room that obviously love live music. They love being out and hearing it. It's probably our warmest leads. Next time we go to show, these are the people that are probably going to get there. So somebody who just stumbles across one of your photos or videos and hits follow, they're almost like a cold lead. We've got to go, oh, this is worth it. We got to convince them that, oh, you want to be here. You want to do this. We don't need to convince these people that have just seen us live and been blown away by our live performance and connected with us on a live sort of level. This is our warmest audience. So these are the people we need in our digital. They're going to be the movers and shakers of our Instagram account. They're going to be the guys that are commenting on our YouTube videos because they're already a warm audience, and they'll definitely be coming back to the next show that we do. But if they don't know about it, they can't. So that's why this is so important, and it just grows and grows and grows like that. So we do digital. We put a post to try and get someone live. Now let's put a digital thing up so that when we do a show live, we can push them back to digital. And it's all about growing your audience and just maximizing the opportunities you have to expand your music and to get your music in front of new people. And I think potentially more than just getting it in front of new people, it's about creating real fans. It's about creating people that will actually pay you money for things, right? So they'll actually buy tickets to your show. They will actually buy your new single. They will buy your merch. They're the kind of fans we're looking for. And I reckon those people in your room are your best opportunity at that, rather than just your cold people on Facebook that might like a photo or something of you. These people that have seen you live and connected with you, they're the people that are going to be funding your life as a full-time musician. So make sure you grab those. Do it with a QR code. So I reckon do it right now. That's your takeaway today. Set up a link tree if you don't have one already. If you do have one already, grab it's link tree. It's quite clever actually. It's linktr.ee. That's the URL. It's not a .com. It's linktr.ee. Do that. Put all your links in there. It's super, super easy. It's completely free. If you've already got a link tree that you're using on your Instagram account, just download the QR code. Make sure you display it in some nice way. And that's your takeaway. Make sure you do that. And then let me know if that works. Let me know if your audience grows. And then after a show, you get this big spike of new Instagram followers. You get this big spike of new subscriptions on your YouTube channel. I think that would be really, really cool. So if you want, I'll actually put a link below to the site where you can set up your free account. And then there's also a link to mine if you want to have a look at how it all works and how easy it is just to get places. Or if you want to join me on Instagram or something like that. See, I'm going to do it right now. Why don't you join me on Instagram or join the Facebook community and start chatting about these episodes and just kind of level up with a community of other people wanting to level up as well. You can do that via my link tree in the description. So I'm putting together short episodes every week, 15 to 20 minutes, just about this very thing, about going from musician to artist, about leveling up in the music industry and trying to do that independently without labels. So if you're watching this on YouTube, just give the video a quick like for me, subscribe to the channel so you know about videos coming up. Otherwise, it's on your favorite podcast app, Apple Music or Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. I love a good podcast on my commute to and from work each day. But hey, that's about all from me. Make some music this week and we'll talk again soon.